Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
My friend, we've talked before on this podcast about this unity consciousness coming together, sharing the wealth and abundance. And just imagine if we did come together. You know, there's an acronym for hip-hop. Healthy, independent people helping other people. I've found so many new people just meeting them online, on social media, during this lockdown, or as some would say, love down. Because we are giving ourselves love, giving ourselves what we've been craving, what we've been needing, what we've been desiring. Today I took a long walk in nature and just enjoyed it. Just to breathe that fresh air, to look at the flowers, to be in the midst of so much nature, just wonderful. The negative ions absorbing. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling to feel good. Like one of my mentors says, it's okay to be healthy, you know? It's okay. There were so many times in my life that I didn't do good simply because I didn't feel good. But that all has been changing slowly. Not a drastic shift, but ever so slowly. I've found that the closer I get to health, the closer I get to wealth, inner and outer, just abundance, leaving behind the scarcity mindset. There's more than enough to go around. When we look at nature, we see this, so many lessons to be seen in nature. Focus on the seed that you are planting, not the tree. The tree is going to grow, but what are you planting? You know, what are you sowing? That's what's growing. Sow the seeds, and you will reap the harvest. But whatever you put out is coming back. You may not know when or in what form, because it may not come back to you in the form that it went out, but it is coming back. Action, reaction, cause and effect. When we give, we have already received. So, my friend, in this time, we can either be in a state of confusion, or a state of bewilderment, or a state of amazement, a state of curiosity, a state of abundance, a state of prosperity, a state of learning, a state of growing, a state of expanding, a state of sharing, a state of caring, a state of love, peace. What state will you choose to reside in, my friend? How will you choose to be during this time? So, will you be worried about the tree, wondering when it's going to grow? Or will you continue to plant the seeds, knowing that it is growing, right? When you see all the leaves on a tree or all the blades of grass, you realize that just like nature, you are abundant. You always have been. And when you think about it, you always will be. You have more than enough, my friend. Inside, all that you need is within. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast here in Sherman Oaks, California. The open palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray you received a kind message from this episode today, letting you know that you are abundant. You always have been. You always will be. And when we realize that there is more than enough and that sharing is caring, what a world this becomes. Share this episode with a like-minded individual, learning and growing just like you, becoming their greatest version. Sharing the wealth and being happy to do it, happy to give, happy to receive. For we can only let in when we allow ourselves to let go. Pay it forward so more can hear the message. And if you are just hearing this for the first time, you're just now receiving this podcast, why not subscribe for more inspirational messages like this? And if you feel compelled to support, my friend, then consider opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw. Supporting the podcast there is much appreciated. Thank you to all the wonderful supporters who continue to contribute to this podcast. Blessings to you. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night, wherever you are, and take care. Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.